All right, we're going live now. And we're live. There we go. Good morning, guys, and welcome to Love Angels Light TV. Today we are welcoming Carol Noonan, who is the author of The Pleiadian Child. She is a channel, she is a psychic medium, and we are so grateful to have you here, Carol.
Hi, Eileen. It's great to be here.
Thank you for being with us. I know we changed our time so that you could be here because of, slight time difference.
Yeah, no, but I'm very much a night owl, especially lately, the last month or so. I've really, my whole body clock's turned upside down, which is actually a good thing to be able to do the interviews and things.
That's amazing. I'm really grateful to have you here. But can you tell me, who are the Pleiadians?
Okay. The Pleiadians are star nations. They're light beings that come from the Pleiadian star system. Our universe is teeming with life, and they shows me an image where if you take an image of the earth and in your mind's eye, and the earth is teeming with life, with different nationalities, with different cultures, with different races, with different skin colors, with different religions, with different creeds, with different cultures, with different languages. And you take that image and you place it over the universe. It's the same thing, because the universe is teeming with life. We're not alone in the universe. There are many star nations. So we're not alone in the universe. There's many different beings that look very different. Their energy is very different. They come from very different places. So the universe is teeming with life, and the Pleiadians are just one group of star beings or star nations or positive ET energy that exist in the universe. And I just happen to channel those. Yeah.
Why are you a channel for the Pleiadians?
That's such a big question, Eileen. It's such a big question. I'm a channel for the Pleiadians because it's really weird as I'm talking, because I can hear like an Australian accent coming through my own voice. So anyway, I'm a channel for the Pleiadians because I come from the Pleiades. I don't come from here. I'm a starseed, and most of us on Earth at the moment are starseeds. We don't come from here, which is why we're here at this time on Earth now. We chose to come here. We were contracted to come. We were sent here. We chose to come here in order to be a part of this time on Earth at the moment, in order to make sure things would be okay, in order to end the war of the worlds, because this has been going on for a very long time, for centuries. It's, as far as I know, it's been going on since the time of the downfall of Atlantis, when they came in, when the negative agenda came in, or the negative ET. A lot of people call them the cabal or black hats or negative agenda. To me, it's all the same thing. It's all ruled by negative ET energy. And the Pleiadians aren't here to put fear in anyone, simply to make people aware of reality of what's going on.
Awesome. So what makes you different from other channels?
I think it's the energy. I think it's the connection that I have to Pleiadians. I think it's the fact that I didn't have any schooling, because I didn't have any secondary education. I went to primary school, but I tried to go to school, and there was a few times I went there, and I made the journey from my house to the school. And so I had a bath, I did my hair, I put some makeup on because I was wearing makeup at the time, and did put my uniform on and took the journey, which was an hour from my home. And so it was quite a trek to get there and back. So I did that journey, and then I got there and I just stood at the school gates. And this was me making an effort because my mum was getting trouble from the authorities. So I felt sorry for her and I felt compassion for her. So I went to the school to get them off her back. Sorry, I just need to clear my ears because they're really ringing. Oh, that's a bit better. So thanks. Okay, so I went to the school and I was stood at the school gates, and there were really huge black iron gates, and I was stood there for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and I couldn't move. I was held in this vortex of energy where I just couldn't move. Like there was an energy force in front of me, and these were big black gates, big wrought iron black gates, and they must have been like I don't know, 40 foot across and at least 10 foot high. They were big black gates. Yeah. And anyone watching me must have thought, what is she doing? Because I was stood there for like 40 minutes or something. But they didn't see what was going on. They didn't see the higher dimensional stuff that was going on. But I stood there and I was held in this vortex of energy, and I was being downloaded with information from the Pleiades, and they put this vortex of energy in front of me, which has happened many times over the years. It's not the first time, but normally they put it there it's a safety mechanism. Yeah. For instance, I had it once and it stopped me from having a car accident during a driving lesson. But anyway, going back to the school thing, so they gave me the download of information. And during a shamanic course in Ireland, one of the shamanic courses I did in Ireland, I went into a shamanic journey, and I remembered that incident of being at the school gates. But what I'd forgotten is that I was being given a download of information from the Pleiadians. And so for years I'd forgotten that, and certain other memories as well. But basically they told me that they wouldn't let me enter the school system, because if I had have entered the school system, I would have been lost to them. So I didn't realize that for years. And for years I kind of beat myself up. Oh, I don't have secondary school education or GCSEs or certificates or anything like that. So for years I felt very guilty. I felt very guilty about the fact that I didn't have these qualifications, and I actually felt less confident and less assertive and all of that stuff. But now I understand. I absolutely understand now that, if I'd entered that school system, I would have been lost to them. Absolutely, I would have been lost to them, because the school system is all about programming children and mind control and dumbing them down, and it doesn't enhance the children. It doesn't give to them. It takes away from them. So yes, our kids need to be educated, and they do, but not in the school systems that we have today.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, can you tell me a little bit more about the Pleiadian Child?
You mean me?
I mean you. I mean you, your book, your everything. Okay.
Well, I had a really difficult childhood. And it's very far from where I am today. But at the time, I felt like I'd been born into hell. I had a lot of abuse, a lot of poverty, a lot of sexual abuse, an alcoholic mother. I was living in Hackney in London, which is, to me, it's like the Bronx in America. And some horrendous things were happening there, and which are now coming to light as well with really negative stuff that goes on in different areas in London. Yeah, I don't want to go into that dark stuff, but it's in the news. A lot of it's satanic stuff, which I wasn't involved in, thank God, which just shows how much I was protected as a child, even though I had all these negative things going on. And then I was raped by my cousin and became pregnant at the age of 12, 13. And I then had an out-of-body experience with Jesus, where I went to lay on my mattress on the floor, and I was just really in a lot of emotional pain. I was crying my heart out, crying my soul out. I was sobbing, to the very core of my soul. And I just decided I didn't want to be here anymore. I'd really had enough. I didn't want to be here. I just wanted out. I was done, no more, enough. And it wasn't a cry for help. It wasn't, oh, poor me, or anything like that. I just was in my room and I just wanted out. I didn't want to tell anyone. I didn't want to know anything. I just wanted to leave. I was done, get me out of here. And so I left. I left my body. And I was distraught at the time, but I left, and I had an out-of-body experience with Jesus. And he came to me, and he took me on a very long journey for about 3 or 4 hours. And he showed me things for myself, the smaller picture, I call it, because it was just about me and why I was here, and the things that I needed to experience as a child, which I did need to. And he showed me my own karma, basically, and why I was here, what I needed to go through, what I needed to learn. But he also showed me that it would be okay, and that one day it would be okay. And those were his words: one day this will be okay, but just not today. And then he showed, when I was done with that, when I got it, he then moved for myself. He then moved on to the bigger picture of humanity, and some of the bigger spiritual lessons and esoteric knowledge. And so the bigger picture, he showed me the bigger picture of why we're here and where we're from, what we need to learn, and karma, and all the spiritual stuff. And for a long time, I forgot it. I forgot what he said to me. And I don't remember what he said to me word for word, but I do remember the gist of it, and I've never forgotten the gist of it. So who's the Pleiadian child? So that was one of my experiences as a child, and I had a lot of experiences as a child. I was seeing trees, tree spirits, the energy of trees. I was communicating with them, and I was seeing, talking to animals and telepathically, and all kinds of things. Fairies, I was talking to fairies. And so I was talking to my guides, and I was talking to my granddad, and who was in spirit. And my guides used to sing to me certain songs, and I used to talk to them a lot, because I had bullying at school, and I had poverty, and I had rape, and I had sexual abuse. And one of my only memories, actually, Eileen, is when I was 8, and I had the guy lying on top of me. And I was because I was so small, I was tiny, and I was undernourished. So I was just skin, really, and bone. There wasn't much fat on me or meat or anything. So, and this was big guy lying on top of me, so I couldn't breathe. And he stunk of whiskey. He must have been an alcoholic as well, like my mum, but he stunk of whiskey. And so I couldn't breathe. I was like really gasping for air. And the next thing I knew, I left my body and connected with the Pleiadians. So I was half here and half there. And during the shamanic journey, I remember that what they had said to me word for word, because a lot of the memories I had with the Pleiadians I'd forgotten them for a lot of time, a number of years. So all I remembered was I had this guy lying on top of me and I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that I left my body and connected with the Pleiadians, or they connected with me. You've got spirit trying to come through. That's what I can hear my voice changing to Australian.
I love that. It's up to you if you want that to come through, or if you want to stick to the questions for now. Up to you.
I think maybe stick to the questions for now. Yeah. If that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So basically, I've woken up in stages, and it's been a process for me. You know, I've had a number of years to wake up and process things. And I feel very sorry for the people today that are just waking up, because they need to wake up now and they've got 5 minutes to do it. And I would have struggled if I had to wake up now and I've got 5 minutes to do it, because I've had 40 years to process this stuff, you know, bit by bit, by bit by bit. So during the shamanic courses in Ireland, with Paul O'Halloran, who's a really good shaman, I began to, during the shamanic journeys, I began to remember having, I was already channeling the Pleiadians, but during the shamanic courses, I began to remember of having connected to the Pleiadians as a child, but I was already channeling them. So I began to see my experiences through the shamanic journeying, that I was always connected to them, was always connected to the Pleiadians, right back to a child in this lifetime, and right back to different lifetimes, and right back to the point that, or the even the point of origin, of my soul's origin, that I come from there. I come from the Pleiades. And that is no different to any other starseed, whether they come from the Pleiadians or Sirius or wherever they come from. That is the journey of starseeds, as I understand them, and as I've been shown, that we all come from the outside in. And we're here on Earth at the moment for this time period, because the time we're in is, it's a galactic event that's happening on Earth. And there are many star nations that are good and bad, that are watching and observing and helping us. One thing I was given this evening, is that we're going to be, we as humanity are going to be okay, and that the Pleiadians and other star nations are not going to allow the events on Earth at the moment to continue the way they are going. We have been ruled too long. We have been ruled too long by negative influences on Earth and above Earth for far too long. And this will not be allowed to continue. So do not fear for your children. Do not fear for your children. We are here. We are observing you. We are assisting you. We see your divine light. We ask you to connect with us. We ask all starseeds at this time on earth to connect with us. Those who know their true divine self. Those who understand that they are not from here. That they do not fit in. They do not fit into normal society, into the rules and regulations and the governments that can seek to control them and manipulate them and dumb them down and control them. Because they are, we are, starseeds are of a higher vibration. They are tuned differently. They are tuned into their true galactic selves, their true galactic souls. And we are here to assist. Humanity is at a time on earth now that is a great uprising, a great rejoicing. And we, humanity, should be celebrating the great uprising. For those of us that know that we are divine beings, sovereign beings, starseeds, need to rejoice. For the war has already been won. And we are the Pleiadians. We have connected to Sirius and other starseeds, other star nation beings who work with us for the highest good in love and light and in truth. And we are gathering momentum like a ball rolling down a hill. We are here to assist humanity on a great scale, on a galactic scale, for what happens on Earth affects the whole universe and has far-reaching effects, understanding, benefits. What happens on Earth is not limited to Earth, but affects the whole universe. Many teachings have been hidden, have been burned, have been destroyed, have been hidden from you, have been kept from you deliberately, and many a great war has been fought amongst you, deliberately setting you up to fight each other, to divide you, man against man, man against woman, brother against brother, color against color, and so on and so on. This makes Carol quite emotional. And we feel this. We also know how much she comes from her heart. And how much of our love she brings. And so she gets emotional, for she feels the emotion of us. She feels the emotion of us as if it were her own. And she gets angry. And she feels love. The way to connect to us is through love, is through your hearts, is through your mind. Still your minds, Step into your hearts and connect with us. We are your parents. We are your brothers and your sisters. And we love you very much. We wish that Carol wouldn't get so emotional at times. And we are assisting her more and more to balance this emotion so that she and many of you like her don't become overwhelmed with emotion of what's happening on Earth at the moment, especially with what's happening on Earth at this time. We will not allow this to happen to humanity, for we created you in our likeness. You are our children, and we will not let you be destroyed. We will not let your souls be turned into AI. We will not let your souls and your energy, your DNA, to be changed into negative AI or negative form or robotic form or nanochipped or injected or any harm to come to you, for you are our children. You are our children. And we created you in our likeness. And you are God's. You are God's. You just don't realize it yet. And Jesus was also Pleiadian. And many of you will mock this, will not understand it. For Jesus was not human. And this war has been going on for many years, many, many years. Next question.
All right. So you've got a group called Awakening. Why did you create that group, and what is it about?
To bring forth the knowledge that you are here at this time on Earth. To wake up, to connect with yourselves, with your divine self, with your higher self, with us who created you in our likeness, with star nations, whether you are Pleiadian or Sirius or wherever you are from, you are not from Earth. So we work through Carol, and we work through many, many people, including Daryl. And we have brought those two together and we will talk about that more later. Let us continue. So we work through Carol and we work through many others. And all of the starseeds, all of our children from the Pleiades and other starseeds are here on Earth at this time to gather, to unite, to manifest, to create, to love, to share, to claim back their souls, to claim back their divine beings of love, of light, to take back their power, to step into their own shoes, to realize who they are, where they came from, why they're here, to realize how powerful they are, to share the knowledge, to gather momentum. For as momentum gathers speed, momentum gathers speed, it gathers speed, and it gathers speed, and it gathers speed, and it gathers speed, and it comes together, and it unites, so that it cannot be broken or dismantled or divided, so that it cannot lower its energy. Next question.
What direct message do you, the Pleiadians, have for us in Australia?
Oh. Okay. Many things have been hidden. From people around the world. But Australia has, in the past, been like the whole world, like whole of humanity, but especially Australia has been hidden secret knowledge, secret information. There are pyramids that lay beneath the earth in Australia. There are underground, we will call them bases, that lay underground in Australia, that are covered over and hidden. Many prisoners were sent to Australia to disrupt and dumb down and infiltrate things from being found, to stop the light from being exposed, to stop the light from being exposed. So Australia is quite unique and special in that it has a lot of sun energy, which has a lot to do with energy and vibration and sound as well, and also creation. For sun energy creates energy. There are vortexes of energy at the moment hitting the earth, particularly Australia. So we are pleased that you have asked this question. We think you are already aware of this. There is much hidden about the history of Australia, about the Aborigines, and about the early people that were the early first settlers in Australia, which surprisingly may not have been the Aborigines. Or that is to say that the Aborigines are not the only first settlers in Australia. We see there is a direct link with all the sacred sites around the earth. We see Native Americans in Australia. There is an earth grid. There is a grid of energy around the earth that connects all of the sacred sites, all of the original sacred tribes of humanity. That was 13 to begin with. And the Native Americans are one of them. Most of the sacred sites and the sacred tribes, the ancient people, the First Nations of many people, the First Nations of many people, the original leaders, the original shaman, the original ancestors, have been targeted and mostly wiped out by the white man. Africa, India, Native America, Australia has much as well. Australia as well has a lot of history there that is hidden from you. One more question.
All right. A lot of the Pleiadian channels have been directed to have a universe backdrop for live feeds and videos. Can you tell me why?
I'm sorry, please repeat.
A lot of the Pleiadian channels have been directed to have a universe backdrop, like a Pleiadian sky scene, for live feeds and videos. Can you tell me why?
We have been assisting you. We have been observing you for a very long time. The Pleiadians are one sole group of starseeds that chose to come here on Earth at this time, that were chosen to come here on Earth at this time. And they are here en masse. Their souls are here en masse to help to wake up humanity. For humanity has been in a dream state, oblivious dream state of denial, has been hypnotized, has been dumbed down, has been miseducated and misinformed of the true nature of reality, of the true nature of their history, of the true nature of who they are and where they came from. And now they are waking up, and we are assisting them. The Pleiadian Starseeds are but one group on Earth at this time who do not come from here. There are many of you, many Starseeds on Earth at this time. You do not come from here. We created you in our own likeness, and we love you very much. And the truth is being shown to you, dear ones, through many groups. And the Pleiadians are just one group of starseeds that have incarnated into Earth at this time. For this is a great galactic battle, and it affects everything in the universe, not just Earth. Earth is a very young planet. It's in infancy. It is like a naughty teenager. And the negative agenda are behaving very badly at the moment. So when you ask, why are Pleiadian starseeds recording and bringing forth
and on the card that is my fault. Now I can't put it on.
Bringing forth their true origins of who they are and where they came from. For they are Pleiadian starseeds, and they do not come from Earth. We created them. We created you in our own likeness, and you are gods. For we created you, and we are gods. We created you in our likeness, and negative energy came in from different places and took over and manipulated and controlled and dumbed down and misinformed and de-educated and miseducated and lied to you en masse. And they changed your DNA. They manipulated your DNA, and they changed many things. They changed the divine plan. They changed your divine blueprint. They manipulated you and controlled you and dumbed you down, misinforming you, miseducating you, keeping you in a dream spell, keeping you hypnotized. And this will stop. This must stop. This is stopping. This has to stop, because it goes against creation. It goes against natural laws that govern our universe. And we will not allow this to continue. We will not allow this to continue. We are working together. We are working with other star nations if you want to call them that. We are working for the highest good of humanity, for what happens on Earth is not restricted, is not constrained to Earth. For what happens, for example, if there is a war in Africa, the energy will affect, for example, the energy will affect people everywhere around the world, not just Africa. So when we say to Carol that everything has a ripple effect, she understands us. And we want you to understand that when there is a war on Earth, it doesn't just affect the Earth. It affects everything in the universe, for everything is energy. Energy is not contained. Energy has fluidity. It has movement. It is divine. It is beautiful. It is not contained to Earth. Does that answer your question?
That was amazing. That was amazing. You are incredible. That was amazing.
It's my turn.
It's your turn. 5 more minutes. Okay.
I'm Chelsea.
You got Chelsea.
I'm Chelsea first.
Mm-hmm.
I go rubber.
Hello.
Didn't get rubble. Couldn't last the whole hour, but that's okay. Wow.
What time is it, Eileen?
It's nearly 10 o'clock my time, so nearly 1 o'clock your time.
Okay. All right. I've never done that before.
That was amazing. Honestly, I've never seen anything like that, and I'm not sure if anyone on my, like, how many people on my page and on this stream would have seen anything like that before. Shh. Be quiet, mate. So do you do readings or channeling for people privately?
I do. I've been so busy at the moment that I've actually got a waiting list now for readings.
Wow.
But if anyone would like a reading, I'm happy to do that. But it might take about a month waiting list, roughly. Yeah.
What's that?
I've never done that before. In public, on the internet.
I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. That was amazing.
Well, I've done it at home with normally channel on my laptop, you know. But anyway, so that's the start now. That's the first of many. I'm just about to start up. Hello.
Yeah, they're both here now.
Hello.
This is the one we were talking about before.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Hello. It's good to see you.
All right. So how can people connect with you on a higher level, Carol? It's on the internet. You want to come and sit on my knee again? No. Okay. Can you be quiet, please?
Okay.
Thanks, buddy. Put your tongue away. Everyone on the internet can see you being silly. Stop, or I'll send you back out. I love you.
Star Trek.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Yes, this is my life.
Star Trek.
Alex,
Yeah.
I love you, but you need to.
So when you say reach me or connect with me on a higher level, do you mean
That's rubble.
how can they?
And it goes down.
Let's start with people. How can people connect with you?
Do you mean contact me?
Let's start there.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you meant something else. So if you go to my website, it's the Pleiadianchild.com, also Facebook, and most of my social media is Carol Noonan, the Pleiadian Child. But I was recently, so that's how people can contact me.
No.
I was recently given a name that I need to start using. So I'm going to start using that name. I just haven't done it. I just haven't changed all my social media yet. But the name is Soma Arah. Soma Arah. S-M-A-A-R-A-H. Soma Arah. So I'm going to start using that name. It's not on the internet yet anywhere. So yeah, if you see that name, then that's me.
Yeah. And if people want to contact you to have you channel for them, how does that work? Do you get a choice, or
To channel?
yeah, if someone says to you, I need you to channel for me, can you do that?
I can try. I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah.
I can't even guarantee that I'll be able to read for them.
Yeah.
You know, but the majority of the time I can.
Children. Oh God. Ethan, you're in a side, baby. Oh, there we go. All down. Now you get my mess. Thanks, mate.
Hey.
All right.
Put it back up.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Stop, both of you. Can you please go out and give me 5 more minutes? Then you need to stay here and be quiet. That's great news, buddy. No, buddy. All right. Yes. You can't guarantee anything, which is absolutely normal. One more question before we end. Alex, how many more minutes? How many?
5.
Excellent. Can you be quiet? You can stay, but you can be quiet, okay?
But we don't want to.
I know. So how do you know if you are a starseed or if you are one of the Star Nation people?
Good question. A lot of there's quite a few characteristics. One of the characteristics is that you don't feel like you fit in here, and sometimes you're not even able to verbalize that or put that into words. It's just a feeling of being an outsider, a feeling of not belonging, a feeling of not fitting in. Also of being bullied at school, of being an outsider, of being an outcast, of being a black sheep, even sometimes within your own family. Also, rhesus negative blood type is also stamp of recognition of Pleiadian energy.
Yeah.
So rhesus negative blood type is it's like a stamp of recognition that there's Pleiadian DNA there that comes through physically. What else? A longing to go home, or a sense of wanting to go home but not knowing where home is. A sense that you've got a purpose or a mission here but don't know what it is. Yeah, so those are a couple of common things, you know.
Yep. So then how do you explore that if you want to connect with that and move forward in finding out what that all means to be a star child, or a, you know, whatever the term is? How do you?
Well, if you're asking the question, if you're asking the question, whatever the question is, you already know the answer.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, darling.
This is why I do this at 8:30 at night, usually when they're both in bed. That's okay, because they're beautiful, and I think I'll still keep them.
I think they can just.
You need to be quiet so that Carol.
I think what's going on is that they can feel the Pleiadian energy, and it's making them excited.
Carol.
Yes.
Where's your kids?
Where's my kids? Oh, in heaven.
Her kids are probably with Uncle Anthony.
Uncle Anthony.
Who's Uncle Anthony?
Here's my brother.
Uncle Anthony is my uncle and my mum's brother.
Okay.
And my angels is with Uncle Anthony. That's why. I have a wet angel. Love her.
Love her, Bill. All right.
You should get in touch with Mary Rodwell. You should get in touch with Mary Rodwell.
Yep.
There's a very good book that she called The New Human. I have a copy of it here. So this is The New Human by Mary Rodwell. And you know, I've been awake for a number of years, but when I read this book, it took me higher or deeper. So I really recommend it. I'm also going to plug my own book as well, which is The Pleiadian Child by me, by Carol Noonan. That is hopefully in the pipeline to be available in pipeline to be available in Australia in paperback. So fingers crossed.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And also there is a
we want to play with them.
I just wrote an article recently. When I say wrote, I channeled it from the Pleiadians, and that is in the magazine. I've got such a terrible memory.
You are being a rat bag.
What's the magazine called?
Carol's magazine? Shine Your Light?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Eileen. I've got a terrible memory. Shine Your Light. So the article that I channeled recently is in Shine Your Light, which is out, I think, in June.
I'll look forward to reading that. I think Alex might go and get a copy of the current edition so that I can actually show it, because that has one of my articles in it, and the new one will too.
Yeah.
June one will too. So. Yeah.
And I think that's going to be available in the UK as well, because it's a hard copy. It's not just online.
That's right.
So, and I think I think it's in the pipeline to also be in Ireland as well. So I highly recommend that magazine. And I just see it going from strength to strength to strength and reaching a lot of places. I actually see it going to America as well, and Canada as well.
Mm-hmm.
And even places like India. So it's going to be available around the world.
Yes. One of my beautiful viewers has said, this was also informative. Thank you, Carol, for channeling those messages.
Okay. Yeah, it's the first time I've done that. I got quite emotional during it. And all I could think of, my mascara is going to run down my face. And I'm going to have panda face, you know.
No, you're beautiful. Yeah, waterproof mascara.
Next time.
Okay, that's fine. It was on the couch. Do you want to go and see if it's on the couch? You checked the couch. It wasn't there.
One thing I do want to do is that
Ethan, yamanasai, baby.
Hello.
I just randomly speak to my kids in Japanese sometimes. You have to be quiet. I will do a live in approximately 5 or 10 minutes with the Shine Your Light magazine. I will also put a link to the subscription details for that, so that people can subscribe, so that the June edition, they will get your channeled article and all the other magical stuff that goes into it. The Shine Your Light magazine is amazing. So many interesting things in it and a great variety of articles.
Amy.
Amy? He likes to breathe. That's the only problem.
yeah.
Yes, this is my life. No, thank you so much for coming on today. You need to be quiet or I'll put you down.
You're very welcome. You know, I need to thank you actually, because I've never done that before. And I don't think I would have. I think you and your energy allowed me to do that and go into that altered state. So thank you for giving me for allowing me to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I allow spirit to do what spirit needs to do, and if that comes through, that's what happens. So it's not actually anything to do with me. You need to be quiet, darling, or I put you down. My beautiful mate.
What's that, Mum?
That is blue howlite.
Oh.
Yes.
Blue.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
All right. You want to say bye?
Bye, darling.
All right. No, I really appreciate your time and sharing with us all of those things. And I am going to have to go back and watch it later, because what you did was incredible. And I'm going to have to look into all the star stuff now, because now is time.
Yeah, now is definitely time, because this is the ascension. This is the there's never been a time on Earth like this. You know, where it's a pivotal point in our history where this has never happened on Earth before. Never. And it's never going to happen again. We came close to it. We were at a similar time at the downfall of Atlantis. Yeah. But they didn't. The difference between Atlantis, the downfall of Atlantis, and now is that the Atlanteans didn't see the negative energy coming towards them. They didn't see it. And we do.
That's right.
So therefore, we see it coming. We have a choice. We have a choice. So that's the difference between what happened at Atlantis and what's happening now.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I might end the live feed. Thank you to every single person who has joined us and commented today. I will be back live at 8 o'clock tonight to show you the new crystals that I bought yesterday, and then 8:30 for Love Angels Light TV with a guest, if she can work out the technology. And if not, it will be me making it old school. So that is the way we're looking today. So see you guys all back here at 8 o'clock tonight for a half hour of crystals, and then we will be 8:30 going live for Love Angels Light TV. So thanks, guys, and thank you, Carol. Carol has one more word.
I do. Would I be able to come back and do that again?
Absolutely.
I'd love to. Yeah.
Absolutely. Whenever you want to come on, just message me.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
My son was spitting my singing bowl on the table. I had visions of it going flying.
I got funny feelings. I saw rabbits singing the swipe song.
You've got your hands to full there.
Yeah. Like I said to you before, they're both very, very gifted in very different ways.
Like that.
That's awesome.
They need to be outside. They need to be outside.
I can't hear two people at once. What was that?
They
sorry?
need to be outside. They need to be outside lots with trees and nature.
Yes. Yeah.
And just let them run and play in the trees and nature. And that will help to disperse some of that energy.
Yes. Yes, no, we do a lot of that because outside has always been their favourite room of the house.
Yeah.
So getting them to settle into a school system is interesting.
Well, you heard what the Pleiadians said.
I can't actually hear you now. Guys, back to the lounge room if you're going to make noise. In here, you're quiet. All right, I'm going to end it here. I will see you guys back. I actually had one other lady say, where's Irma's message? It was very informative, as I have always felt a connection with Sirius.
Yeah, if you feel a connection to somewhere, it's because you're from there. Yeah. You know, if you feel a connection to Pleiadians, it's because you're from there. If you feel a connection to Sirius, it's because you're from there. If you feel a connection to Egypt, it's because you've had a lifetime there.
Yes.
Or several lifetimes sometimes, you know. When we feel a connection to something, it's because we have a connection to it.
That's right.
It's not random nonsense, you know. So, yeah.
Exactly. All right. I will see you later, apparently. Alex, dude. Oh, I will see you guys later once my children are in bed. 8 o'clock tonight, Sydney time, which I think is about, I can't brain now. It's gone. The time.
Okay.
I know 8:30 was going to be 11:30 a.m. your time. 11 a.m. your time is 8 o'clock for crystals. Someone else, I feel a connection to Celtic Druid, says Lenny. So,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I would recommend either meditating or doing a shamanic journey.
Yes.
Because for me, shamanic journey is higher or deeper, so you get to see and experience. It's more vivid.
Yes.
It's good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go and tell my children to
Okay.
go around,
Sorry.
and I will
I love
talk to you
you.
later. Thank you so much. I will
Okay.
see you all later. Thank you.
Run away.
Bye. Bye, Eileen.